Bub, what is today?
It's the final day.
Bub, that's so crazy.
Wish I looked better for this occasion. You're just waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Oh, sucks, little baby. You gonna be okay in there?
Because we fought for this for so long that it just can't be real.
She's now rubbing her face all over.
She is ridiculous.
Oh, thank you. You're right, the framing was off. We needed to fix it. What is this sound?
Wait for it.
Baby. Bub, what is today?
It's the final day. It's the final countdown of your medication. Mac is 10 weeks this Thursday. Today is Tuesday. Is today Tuesday?
It's Tuesday. Let me
This
just
is
double check.
Your sacred sticky note.
She said stop estradiol and progesterone at 10 weeks, and she put the exact date. And I remember her specifically saying you're gonna wake up that morning and just not take it. But now I'm wondering, like, I know I'm 10 weeks on Thursdays, but I think we're just one day off. Like, my app says Thursdays, but they probably... Yeah, because on Monday it said 6 weeks and 5 days on their ultrasound. They're measuring me at, like, week milestones on Wednesdays. But she says you wake up and you just don't take it. So that means that Tuesday right now is our last day, which is insane. Do we not quite have one?
No, you have like half.
I think
you'll be okay.
I think we'll be okay. The nurse practitioner that we talked to, we talked to her right after we did our ultrasound to make sure that everything was like okay at our 6 week, 5 day ultrasound. And I asked her like why basically is it safe for us to just like stop these medications? Like what can I tell my anxiety when I just wake up and I don't do progesterone that like my body is doing enough to create it, or like it doesn't need it anymore? Like what can I tell myself? And basically she gave me the scientific reason, which is like it makes me feel better. I love like just knowing that in the back of my mind. But if we were to have gotten pregnant on our own, naturally an egg is released out of a sac in our ovaries, and that sac, like within where it was released, it either becomes the corpus luteum or the corpus luteum was in that sac and it starts doing something else, which is produce or signal to the brain to produce progesterone and I believe increase estrogen, but at least progesterone. But since we didn't get pregnant naturally and we didn't release an egg at that moment, they more so went in and got the eggs. There's no corpus luteum to tell the brain to produce progesterone, so I wouldn't have been producing the correct amount on my own through IVF, and that's why we do these shots into 10 weeks.
Yeah, the way I remember it is no corpus luteum, shots in your bootium.
So what she was saying is, in a natural setting, the corpus luteum stops producing that progesterone that my body needs well before the 10-week mark. And so we're doing it to the 10-week mark to be just extra precautious and extra safe, but my body is doing everything it needs to keep my baby's heart beating totally fine right now, and that's why it is safe to stop the medications like this. And so I'm like, keep that in the back of my mind. My body is doing its best. The placenta, I think that's what she said, the placenta is now creating the nutrients and things that the baby needs.
That is correct. Which aligns with what we're seeing on our app.
That's true. The placenta is like
Our little olive attached to the little massive placenta.
How do you feel? This is the last shot.
Excited.
Are you pumped?
I'm so pumped.
He always says that he's excited.
How do you feel? I mean, like, I've been giving you these shots. I feel like we've mastered these.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, oh, sweet, we're like past this milestone. Like, you're approaching the end of your first trimester. We're getting into the thick of it. But you have been taking these nasty things for quite a while. How do you feel? I know you're sore right now on both sides.
I think it's like I don't like taking them, and like I have knots on both sides, and it's just like unpleasant getting up to take them. I hope I still wake up at this time because it's been nice, like time management wise, to wake up earlier. Yeah. That's like a good plus. It's a weird, like, emotional attachment to this routine because before, when my transfer didn't work, I couldn't wait to stop these stupid things. I was like, this is stupid. It's doing nothing. It's just reminding me that it's not work. Like, you know, this is dumb. And I had to wait till beta day to like stop the medications, but we already knew it hadn't worked. And so it was like super depressing. But now I have this like flipped attachment to the shots because they got us our baby. And I'm just like, it's like that helped us get here. So like stopping them is like, it's like a weird like abusive relationship.
That is hysterical.
This is it, bub.
And we just had a poop, so we feel great.
The cats like run out of their litter box after they poop.
Oh yeah, look at that tail.
Oh, she's slaying, queen.
Slay all day.
Slay.
Mama Jama, glitter speak.
Oh my gosh. I wish I looked better for this occasion. I wish I dressed up for this moment.
Some makeup on, it looks like.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Which cheek is the last cheek?
The right cheek is the last cheek.
Right cheek is the last cheek.
The other thing I'm looking forward to seeing if it goes down is I look probably, I don't know how many months pregnant right now, but someone had told me, a few people actually, that the progesterone made them bloat and when they stopped the shots. Is that, what do you think of that, Spot?
It's too far over to the left.
Okay. Side note, we poke until I like don't feel like we're gonna inject right into a knot, but now both sides of my butt are very knotted.
That's a really funny pun, by the way.
What?
Side note, as we're picking the side.
Side note. Jack has been full of dad jokes lately. He's just earning his keep. But a few people have said that when they stopped progesterone, their bloat went down. And I'm seriously experiencing bloat. I keep taking these weekly bump photos and I just feel like they're so false right now because that's not what my actual bump looks like.
You know what's great is that like you just didn't have to take Pure this whole time. Can you imagine?
No, I would be so over this. Like, I feel like we got our pile shots down, but Pure, like, burned no matter what, I feel like.
Pure can eat a bag of dicks.
But Pure got us 5 embryos the second round.
Facts.
So.
Fine. Okay, half a bag of dicks.
All of it. Are we good?
I'm good. We got bubbles. Great job, darling.
Thank you.
That's all she wrote.
That's weird.
You're a free woman.
I am. And I'm free.
You are now like Dobby, a free elf. Oh, Bob. Bob, no more. You graduated.
I graduated from my
You
pies.
graduated from your pios.
You gonna be okay in there? You promised to behave.
Well, now that that was the last one, we're going to miss saying hello to your butt every day. I got to see it every single morning.
Get it out now. I told him, if you guys are new, I told him this time around there's no sexual comments about my butt when we're doing pio shots. Because he made way too many the first time.
Started from the bottom, now I'm here. I'm a whole club.
I don't know if you can hear that music, but Jack is playing the final countdown once again for the actual last time. I haven't actually soaked this in, but my last estrogen pills are in here right now. I'm actually editing the beta results, our first beta results vlog right now, and I'm actually taking my last estrogen pills. It's hard for me to know what side effects were because of the estrogen and the progesterone because I only know what I know. And honestly, any side effects that I was feeling initially when I took estrogen, like the first 1 to 2 weeks, they kind of like subside for me, or I just stopped noticing them. But it's hard to distinguish between pregnancy and progesterone, or maybe it's hard to distinguish between pregnancy and progesterone and estrogen, and I just don't know the difference because I'm literally pregnant and taking the medication. So I'll be curious to see if anything changes, specifically my bloating, because I know that this is not a real bump. There might be a small bump there, but I can't see it or distinguish between the bloating and the bump if there is one. I'm approaching 10 weeks. Technically, according to my clinic, 10 weeks is tomorrow. But let me know if you guys noticed a difference when you stopped taking the progesterone and the estrogen, because I'll be on the lookout. Is this my special drink?
It's the final countdown drink.
It's the final countdown drink. I haven't had this drink in a minute. My favorite mocktail that I drank during our waits, during like implantation time, was this. It's pomegranate juice, and I mix it with 0 sugar ginger ale. So good. But I haven't had it in a minute because I drank it to aid with like implantation and leading up to the transfer and stuff, and then a little bit after. And then eventually I kind of just, what is that going on? And then eventually I just stopped taking it. But it feels appropriate to take it for these last pills. So cheers to no more medications. Bub, that's so crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Bub, no more IVF medications.
That's it.
All I know is IVF medications.
Oh, I know.
I don't even know what a pregnancy is without IVF medications.
Hence.
Hi friends, we're going to ignore my hair. It is Friday morning, and that marks it 3 mornings now that we haven't done POW shots, and I've not been on estrogen, and I feel like this is the first morning that I woke up, and as I do every single morning throughout every single day, I checked my belly, but I think that I'm finally starting to see some of the bloat go down and actually see like what my real stomach might look like. It's been really weird because I don't remember what non-bloat looks like because we've been on these medications for so long, and then the different procedures and all of that stuff, and I personally am just a bloater in general. Like if the side effect is bloating, I'm going to bloat. And also if I just had breakfast or if I just had a meal, I'm going to bloat. But this morning I woke up and I'm just like checking it. Yeah, and I feel like my overall bloat has gone down, and I can see just whatever it is down there on my lower stomach. I just feel slightly less bloated, like overall, than I did the other day. And then this, whatever this is, it's hard, and it just feels like a permanent part of my stomach. When I eat breakfast, this part will stick out a little more. This is where my stomach is, but this part is what I'm looking at. But that looks like, I don't know, you guys. Let me know what you think. I think the difference is before, when I was just super bloated, my whole stomach like was rounded, and I knew that that was just like not real bump, like at all. Like that felt like a bloaty type of bump. But just having that lower part like hard and sticking out just a little bit, and it's got like a little shape to it in that lower part, has me feeling sus. But I am only 10 weeks, so I know everybody is different. I wish we all had like, nope, you start showing at this specific week. But I think I just notice these small things, because obviously we'll notice the small things like first before anyone else. Looking a little sus, you little baby. And then just to wrap up my thoughts on like wrapping up medications and things like that, I am not gonna lie, the anxiety, it's not been the most debilitating anxiety that I've had throughout this process, that's for sure. But there is always just, oh gosh, I don't know. I don't want to like make anybody who is going through infertility fear that their anxiety won't go away, because it's definitely such an exciting time to finally be at a place. Oh, hi.
They can come out, sorry.
Okay, baby. He was scooping the litter box and he had me come in here so I wouldn't smell it. But it's definitely an exciting time, and I don't want anyone to think that like I'm not grateful or I'm not soaking in the excitement, because I definitely am. But I think anybody who has gone through this and is pregnant can relate that you're just waiting for the other shoe to drop. It's just a constant like, no, this isn't real. Yeah, but at this next appointment, they're gonna find something's wrong. Or at this next appointment, something's gonna go wrong. Or for me, recently, it was like, yeah, but when I stop my medications, things are gonna go wrong. And at every single milestone, or even in between these long like waits between the appointments, it's really hard to not get in your own head. And so recently, with the stop of the medications, I found myself being like, oh, is that a cramp? Oh, am I okay? Like checking the toilet a little bit more than I usually would recently. And it's just, I think it just comes with the territory. And I so desperately want to just be like, yep, this is real, this is happening. I'm gonna enjoy every single moment of it. And I definitely am in some instances and in most cases, but there is always this voice in the back of my mind, because we fought for this for so long, that it just can't be real. Or if it is real, something's going to mess it up. And I try really hard to just like squash down that voice and keep going and be positive, but that's just the reality of it. So if you guys can relate, leave a comment down below. Also, if you started showing at any point and when you think you started showing, leave that in the comments below. I've been doing these little like weekly bump pictures, so I'll have to do a 10-week one because I haven't done that yet. But I am excited that my bloating overall feels like it's going down. Like I actually feel like myself a little bit, not energy wise at all, but just like my body, you know, and that's nice before it gets massive and I'm a planet. But anyways, my friends, that is going to be it for today's vlog. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did and you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, make sure to do so down below. All of my socials are linked down below. I love you all so much, and I will catch you in the next one, my friends. We'll see you later. Bye.